Flip J. Got the beat as always. Another day, another dollar, another Spulture Show episode. Got a big day here today. Got a real cold day here in Indianapolis, but on the pod we got a big day. This episode's just going to be me rambling to myself again for not too long, but we do have a guest coming through the studio later today that will be on a future episode, so I'm pumped for that. But there's only one way I can start this episode off. Unfortunately, it's not a positive note. We can make it a positive, though, because Elliot Spizzirri, I saw play at a level of tennis that I'd never seen him play yesterday. I always knew he's an unbelievable player. Obviously, was around him in ITF juniors, so I knew how good his junior results were and everything and what he was capable of. Followed him all the way in college because he went to University of Texas, so I had no choice but to support the lad. But what happened yesterday in the Yannick Sinner match with the whole timing of everything was just out of control. I'm gonna post my video I took last night just so I'm gonna put that video in here to talk about it just so you get the raw thoughts, the raw emotion. But there's no way what went down should have went down. But before I get to that, I do want to talk a little bit about the positives of his match. The guy was trading forehands and backhands at pretty much the same speed as Yannick Sinner, which is ridiculous to think about. Sinny just bangs every ball, and Spizz was trading shots with him. Really no problem. So word to Spizz for that. He was in better shape. He mentioned in his post-game press conference, talking to James Blake, he said the training in Texas for 4 years, he said he trained in worse and played in worse. Couldn't agree anymore. Talked to some of my buddies from Texas. They couldn't agree anymore. I got 5 minutes of me rambling about what happened yesterday, so I'm going to go ahead and upload that now. But I feel for Spizz. I went to bed feeling for Spizz. I woke up feeling for Spizz. It's not right. To me, I would never recover from something like that, but he's the type of sicko where he's going to try and be even better, even hungrier. He's going to use that to his advantage and create an edge out of it. But what happened last night should not happen again. Here it is. Seen just now in this Yannick Sinner and Elliot Spizzirri match is utter bullshit. In no other sport are you going to just change the conditions like that in the middle of the match. Being in shape, having good condition, that's part of tennis. You have to be able to outlast the other person a lot of times. That's why the best players are good in best of 5 sets. As long as you've watched the Australian Open, there's been really hot days. Sometimes they suffer. Djokovic, that happened to early on in his career. I want to say against Roddick. I could be mistaken, but that was a match at the Australian Open in the 2000s where he couldn't take the heat, and I think he had to default, or he just struggled through it and got through it. But that kind of changed his condition. We've all talked about. But for this to happen to Spizzirri, up 3-1 in the third, is bullshit. But I know I just watched Spizz beat Yannick Sinner, which is unbelievable because I watched him beat Sinner. He had Sinner beat. Sinner wasn't going to be able to continue. And, I mean, he was matching his tennis. He was playing better tennis. That's why he had the 3-1 lead. And then Sinner started cramping. And then they closed the roof. I don't know if they were supposed to wait till the end of the set or not. But what I do know is how they started the match, the conditions they played with, Spizzirri won that match. And it's not right for that to happen to someone, for them to totally outplay the number 2 player in the world, the biggest match of Spizzirri's life, and they just give the guy a 15-minute break to go off court. I don't know if he got treatment or not. He probably did, but either way, it helped him recover. And then he comes back and he never has to see the sun again. You shouldn't be able to just change things like this. I just made a video the other day saying tennis is the greatest sport because you can't really rig a tennis match. But I think I just saw a tennis match get rigged. Everyone knew what would happen. It's not right. And Spizzirri is one of the best people on the tour. I was around him for a lot of challengers. The guy always says hi to you. Takes a bad loss early in the morning, not in a good mood. He's always saying hi. Knows everybody's name out there. Makes you feel like a friend. I'm sure everyone feels like his friend, right? That's the type of guy he is. Nobody deserves to have that happen to them, but definitely not Spizz. And I think everyone would agree to that. But that's just utter nonsense that you can just change a tennis match or any sport. It wouldn't happen in another sporting event, right? Guess in football they might close the roof if there's like a big storm or something. But I mean, that just should not happen. It's 1v1. His physical condition wasn't going to be able to stand up to the other players, which is a big part of the sport, as I've said. What are we doing here? I've played matches in Texas in the summer that are hotter than that. I don't know if they were hotter than that, but I guarantee they were just as hot. It's been in the hundreds and stuff there. Sure, this was hundreds too, maybe, but we're just going to close the roof. You never have to see the sun again? To me, it's a total joke. Justice for Spizz. But really, Spizz should, Spizz beat Yannick Sinner today. We all saw it. Then, after all that, they have a 10-minute break after the set. Why didn't they just wait till the end of the set to call the heat rule, have one break, close the roof? But they had that long break at 3-1, and then at the end of the set, they have a heat rule. They have heat rule, 10-minute break. I mean, it's like junior tennis. Like, seriously, it's like junior tennis. That's like part of like going pro. Like, they're going to have back draws next. Like, what's the point of, like, they're going to, take away prize money, have consolation, compass draw? We're going compass draw next, right? But, yeah, as one of the commentators said, it just seems like everything that's happened on that court was to benefit one player. So if any of these rules were actually supposed to be there, they only benefited one of the players. They weren't in place for both players. It's not right. Australia, great country, but this ain't right. That's all I can say on that one. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talking points, that match going forward here these next couple, honestly, probably a couple months. Someone commented on one of my Instagrams saying that, Sinner might have gotten preferential treatment on the steroid stuff and the failed drug test, but that's not what this is about. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what happened in that match yesterday wouldn't have happened if it was the other way around. They would have let Sinner. But yeah, that's right. So moving on, we gotta move away from tennis today. After what happened yesterday, I just couldn't really take it. Friend of the pod, Vasil Kirkov, unfortunately did go down second round though, which is tough. I always say that no one lost on the pod, however, in the Survivor League, except this time. No one actually did. Yesterday I said no one did. Rublev did. Kyle was out. This time I don't think anyone lost. Hachinov lost. What am I saying? Hachinov's out. Down goes B-Hop and down goes Lucas Walk. See you guys. So we're down to 13 now. Hachinov lost to Dartery. That was quite a shocker yesterday. I didn't see that one coming. That's for sure. There were women's matches yesterday. I didn't watch any. Anisimova played Stearns and won. Pagula won, like, before I even knew tennis was on. Yeah, quite the eventful day, I'd say. Stan and Taylor Free were balling. Actually, dude, who won that match? I saw Stan do a post-match interview with a beer in his hand. No, he lost. Okay, I was going to say. Fritz won in 4. I fell asleep after Stan won the second. But I was going to say, I just saw a video of Stan doing a post-game interview with a beer in his hand. Maybe he actually won. That would have been nuts. Stan's Australian Open career comes to an end. He'll finish the year out, but where he won his first Grand Slam, probably where he has his best memories, playing that 16-14 match with Novak also. His journey comes to an end, but we'll see him back there in years to come, kind of in like that Roger mode. I could see him and Roger doing like a little warm-up session at one point. Yeah. But this is a podcast that's based out of Naptown. We do support the Indiana teams. We support the Indiana Hoosiers basketball, who beat Rutgers like a drum yesterday. Absolutely beat the brakes off of them. It's not saying much. Rutgers is not very good this year, but it's a good sign for Coach Darian DeVries and his squad. They needed a win bad. I think they're on like a 4-game losing streak or something. They blew that game against Nebraska. They needed this yesterday. They're a streaky squad. Yesterday they were hitting. They had 3 guys score 20 points, I think. First time since Trace Jackson Davis, Parker Stewart, and someone, Miller Kopp. I mean, Parker Stewart was an unreal name drop. Couldn't believe it when I read it. Yeah, that's some good stuff. So we're always rooting for the Indiana teams. We're always rooting for the Indiana teams. Indiana Hoosiers, the Indiana Pacers. They got the win in Oklahoma City yesterday against the Thunder. Nimhard put up 27. Little Jarris Walker put up 26. Come on. Um, they got the win in where they lost Game 7 against the team that publicly said they wanted to set the record for the best record, or the best record for having the best record. I mean, unbelievable stuff to say out loud. But yeah. So we went into OKC. We told them what's up. Nemhard put 27 on their ass. Jarris Walker 26 on their ass. Siakam 21 on their ass. Yeah, we let them have it yesterday. It's what should have happened over the summer last year, but hey, a win's a win, man. We're gonna be happy about it. So let's go Pacers. This season's a bust, but anytime you can beat the Thunder in their place and shut them up. Woke up to trolls on Instagrams debating, going crazy, saying stuff like, we own Tyrese's ACL. I'm like, bro, it's an Achilles. You're an idiot. Like, we beat you guys. They're like, would you rather have 47 points than 27? I'm like, I'd rather have the dub, right? I was telling those people on Instagram, telling them off. But yeah, no, reality is that the Pacers season is gone. The Thunder are playing for a championship again this year, but the Spurs are going to take them down, I think. We'll see about that. We'll find out. But they can talk a little bit more right now. But after that win last night, I'm going to run my mouth, just like Texas when they beat A&M. So another thing that we got to talk about here is how padel is the greatest sport in the world. Obviously, it's the fastest growing sport in Europe, but Stephen Christie just named it the greatest sport in the world. It's official. Never had so much fun playing sport. I could play forever. Like, literally, you don't want to get off the court. You can, like, slide on the turf a little bit. It's all handsy. It's all unreal gets. It's all, like, the fun parts of tennis. It's a bigger court than platform tennis. You can actually move, hit angles. Truly, it's the greatest game I've ever played. With a racket, without a racket, with a, racket, with a paddle, whatever it is. I mean, it's the best sport. It's better than basketball. It's better than tennis. So maybe one day we'll get to like a padel tournament and cover some of that or something. That'd be pretty sick. Me and like Juan LeBron kick it. The number one padel player in the world, his name is Juan LeBron. Like, the chances of the number one player in the world and anything being named LeBron is just ridiculous. What's this stuff coming to, man? Yeah. So padel is just an amazing sport. Fire album came out recently by I Don't Know. No, that's his name. IDK. He's got a fire album. Arlo put me onto that. Word to Arlo. Yeah. So I mean that's about it. That's about all. Oh, hold up. ISO. Kalinskaya playing Swiatek yesterday. We did go 3 sets. We were right about that. She did kill her in one set, so that was solid, 6-1. But it was a blowout. I mean, it was 1-6, 6-1, 1-6. So 3 not close sets at all. By the time I turned the match on in the morning, it was 4-1 already for Swiatek. And then none of it was close after that. It was all Kalinskaya in the second. It was all Swiatek in the third. Would have liked to see a 1-6, 6-1, like 7-6er. Just kind of a battle there in the third with the contrast of styles and stuff, but it just wasn't meant to be yesterday, So Kalinskaya, what a tournament. She played to her seed. She was like the 30 seed or something, and she got to the round of 32. So respect to her. I think with the different draw, I know I picked her to beat Swiatek, so it's crazy to say with a different draw, but if she didn't have to play one of the top, I don't know, 5, 6 players in the world, I think she moves on. She was playing unreal. She beat did she play Grabber second round? I think she did, and she won that one pretty easily. Yeah, I think she did. Kind of getting her and Muhova confused. I follow them two the most for sure, so their results kind of go together. But she beat Grabber second round. She won easy first round. I mean, she was playing good tennis, so to have her tournament ended in the third round, third day, I don't think that's how she wanted to go, but she played Swiatek. She went 3 sets. She'll move on. She'll go home a millionaire. She's fine, right? That's how it works. So, yeah, again, dude, feeling for Spizz. I hope he had himself a night last night. I hope he went out and forgot about what happened. I hope he woke up and isn't feeling the pain. He had an unreal perspective on his post-game press conference, but overall, I just really can't get over what happened. So I'm sure he can't either. But imagine being in the biggest moment of your life, and you're outplaying one of the best players in the world. Some would say one of the best players to ever play the game, to ever do whatever you're trying to do. And as you're about to beat him, like they just flip the chessboard, like flip the board. Oh nope, we got to restart, because that's what happened. I mean, they had to restart. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I can't do it, because it's like a similar thing. A similar thing happened to me on like a 20th of the scale, right? 100th of the scale, 1,000th of the scale, millionth of the scale, but it still happened, right? And so when you're out there on that court like that alone, with there's nothing you can do about it other than just realize I just got fucked. And that's what Spizz said. Between the third, I mean, I'm sure he said it a bunch of times, but between third and fourth, he was saying this is a joke. The guy's not even cramping. I'm not going to put words in Spizz's mouth. I'm sorry. I did hear him say words to his box. I had the mic there. But I'm with Spizz. It's weird when Sinner's like, and then he just runs like Usain Bolt, gets to the ball, slides like Apollo Ono, then jumps up like that Swedish pole vaulter guy, and then just like lands like like Will I Am and I Am Legend. Like it's just Will Smith. My bad. But yeah, I mean, he's just unbelievable. Like playing the most physical sport in the world is really good for cramping. It turns out your cramps get better as you go on if you just continue to play tennis, right? Continue to be more physical. I don't know, man. It was all too much for me, really. Sinner lost a supporter, I would say. I was, I was always Team Alcaraz, but now I'm low-key Team. I don't know. It's a lot, but yeah. So we got things to do today. We gotta edit up another video that I got coming for y'all. I know everyone's just dying to watch these videos. I got so many subscribers and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna get it to you guys. Don't worry. Have yourselves a day. Stay warm. Say something nice. Be a good person out there today. See ya, everybody.